Hi and welcome to the Malaysian Auto Show 2024 with Bucket List Guides. Took a while to get in because of the traffic, but we got to see all those 30 brands of cars and we're going to show you them now. We took a grab and a train to get here, but if you are driving and you park the car, there is a shuttle bus that runs you to the main entrance. It is busy, including the shuttle bus, so when you get there you're going to want to go straight in through the gates, which you can see here, straight up and join the queue. Now depending what time of day you arrive is how big the queue is going to be, but if you're in the morning it's going to be big. Now when you join the queue, and you can see how big it is here, it moves quite fast, that's not a problem. But you bear left and go into the main tented entrance, which you can now see, and it will give you a map of the place. You scan your ticket and you're free to go in. When you look on the left, you're going to see a big map with all the halls. Hall A is the biggest one for cars, the one we spent most time in. Now we're going to split this into regions like China, Europe, etc. And the first one we looked at was Malaysia, and this is the Perodua Aruz, which has never looked cooler, with an entire camping outdoor setup. It also has the e-car, which you can just see through the crowd. At some point that's coming, maybe in a couple of years. And there's the tented version of the Ruz again. We did ask for a look inside, but we weren't actually allowed to go in. Then we had a look at the Protons, the X70 due for a facelift in the next couple of months, and then the S70, which is newly released. Both looking pretty cool. We fancy an X70 mainly because it's absolutely lovely inside. And then we had a bit of a walk around. As you can see, pretty busy, plenty of people coming for a public holiday. This is A1, this is the one with most cars in it, most of the normal priced cars, not the premium cars. So in A1 you've got the Toyotas, the Nissans, the Hondas, the Proton on the right there, and then Perodua on the left. And of course some of the Chinese brands like JAECOO, and at the bottom Chery, which we'll show you in a bit. The first Chinese brand we saw was the Neta S electric car. Looks pretty cool, though not our cup of tea, to be fair. After Neta we went to look at the MG, and they had two. They had the MG4 and the MG ZS. Now as you can see from the telephone box, MG used to be a British brand. It's been taken over by Great Wall now. And then we looked at the Tiggo 7 Pro. Now this is also on our list because we were looking at the X70, and this is pretty close to it. It's newer, but we're not sure on the resale value of a car like this, so we're probably still going with the Proton. It is nice inside though. Those two 10-inch screens look pretty good. They also had the new Tiggo 8 Pro, which was a bit big for us, and right next to it they had the Emoda 5. Both of these very similar inside to the Tiggo 7, and to be honest with you, they look really, really good inside. It's just that we just prefer something a bit more Malaysian. Next to that you can see the J8 from JAECOO, if I'm saying that right, off-roader, looking pretty good. Definitely good inside and outside. And then of course another Chinese brand, Great Wall Motors, with the GWM Tank 300, which is an absolute beast. And one we wanted to see was the Haval H6. It's not in Malaysia yet, but it has great reviews from Australia and from South Africa. And it's sitting right next to the Aura 07, which when I saw a review by Malaysian Motoring I wasn't too keen, but seeing it in person it looks incredible. The brown leather inside, the front that looks like a Porsche and the back that looks like a Bugatti. Superb. To continue with the Chinese theme, there was also BYD there in the, I think it was Hall A1, which is the electric hall. Three or four cars there. BYD is particularly popular in Malaysia. Can't really be a car show without Honda. That's the new City hatchback, but the one we were there to look at was the HR-V Hybrid, which we liked. The only thing is inside, again, the Proton X70 has it beat almost on every level. Toyota sitting next door, and we were there to look at the Corolla Cross SUV. As you can tell, we're looking for an SUV. I like the car, again a little bit bland inside for us, and it comes with a foot parking brake, which seems a bit strange in today's day and age. And possibly the star of the show, the Tesla Cybertruck, is also making an appearance along with the Tesla Y and S models. Again, these things look amazing inside. I'm just not sure that Malaysia is quite ready for electric cars, especially for what we want to do, which is to go on long drives into the countryside, and we do worry about charging. So from one American brand to another, they had the Ford, they had the new Ford Raptor, and they had the Ford Everest, which was another beast of a car. It's actually bigger outside than inside. It's a little bit of a deceiving car, but big nonetheless. And from America to Europe, we went to look at the Volvos, the XC40, which is potentially, along with the Range Rover, one of my favourite cars. Just a little bit outside my price range. These are heading towards 300,000 ringgit in Malaysia. And then Audi, which is way outside my price range. And they also came with the VW Golf, which, coming from England, it was very, very surprising to see. It's actually 340,000, I think it was, maybe even more, maybe 300. It was a very expensive car. We had a look at a couple of smart cars and a couple of minis. I think the Mini was launched, or at least unveiled. Mercedes and BMW, I think, own these two now, and the prices have obviously changed to show that. Sticking with the Europeans, there was Peugeot and Citroën, two French brands. Peugeot 4008 and the 3008 were there, and Citroën, but I can't tell you anything about the Citroën because they locked the car and the windows were basically almost black. And they, along with Mercedes and Porsche, actually you couldn't go inside the cars. I understand they're expensive cars, but if you're bringing them to a car show, then surely you want people to have a look inside. Another bugbear that we had was one of the brands had luxury on their speakers, and if you have to put it on there, does that mean it's luxury? I don't think so. Hyundai were there with a couple of cars, and there was an F1 car, a Mercedes Petronas, and this is the first time I've actually seen an F1 car so long. I had no idea these things were so long. Also, there was AV Asian there, though it was a little bit of a strange setup. They had two caravans and a kind of mini camper van. I was kind of hoping they would show one that was a bit bigger to have a look at. And after that, we're very tired, so we decided to get some lunch. Now, the food options here are quite extensive, actually. It is busy, though, and there's not that much seating outside. But you do have things like, of course, all your Malaysian food, but you also have international food as well. Fried chicken, tacos. Luckily, in my mind, there's no brand names. It's all kind of local little food trucks, and I think that's probably one of the things that makes Malaysian Auto Show pretty special, is it does have the local flavors here. So I would go along. I would definitely go again. It helped us decide what car we want, which was a Proton X70. If you're watching Proton, give us a good deal, please. We'd like the new one. When are you doing the new one? We stayed for about 5 or 6 hours and didn't get bored. So yes, we would recommend going, but just make sure that you're prepared for the queue and prepared for the number of people. Catch you next time.